Oh, so I'm late.
It's okay. Well, I was wondering what might have been urgent, but I think I can kind of see.
It's... I mean, I don't want to be rude and leave y'all not knowing or understanding what's going on, and I wanted to talk to you about several other things anyways. So, this is kind of just how it panned out, I guess.
Come on. You want to sit down or you want to play a game with me?
You know what? A game would be nice.
I guess I'll end this one then. It's advancing. It shouldn't have been this fast, though.
The cafe got attacked.
What happened?
I was walking around a meat rack. Then I got funny little letters and messages from my contract. She likes to play games, you see. Terrible games.
They used the meat rack as a medium to get you here, didn't they?
Meat rack will protect people, but it's it's still a good policy, all things considered. They ain't causing trouble. You don't want to end up antagonized for fussing over such a thing. I don't agree with someone's threatening. I'll take it seriously. That's why my employer sent is okay, cause the fella started threatening her with a knife, or waving the knife around but not pointing at her, and that was enough for me.
Threat's a threat, no matter how you see it. You gotta take action once one's committed.
Some people would argue it was fake.
The knife or the threat?
The threat. But thankfully the folks over at Industrial, they've dealt with plenty of things, right? So it's no problem. But yeah, she threatened me. And then I had directions, I had coordinates. Instead of going right away because I felt sickly, I waited and I recuperated a bit. Felt pretty good too. Then the next day I went to the cafe after recovering a little bit, and she locked me in the cafe with two other people that just happened to be there, and filled it up with corrosive and the disease in my face.
In the fucking cafe?
She said let's up the stakes. She waited till I was practically alone so that she could do that to me, I think. Cause the cafe was busy all day, and then once it had calmed down, she got me. I saw it keeling over and said to
do beforehand
just
until they did something. As per fucking rules, I suppose.
well, I blame myself because, you see, I had the coordinates, but I didn't go to them right away. was gonna try and prepare as much as I could, even though I was sick. I had medication, I had other means of protections, right? So I was buying myself time, but then I got too sick. She didn't like me
Wait
trying
until
to buy
you're too weak
time.
to fight back. Then
Oh,
they'll try to kill you.
I hit that a bit hard.
It's okay.
My strength, I don't know my own strength right now.
So
Okay,
now
well
you're
then
going
I
to
did
have
it
to go
too.
after it, even in your current condition.
She's level 4.
Fuck, level 4? I guess it makes sense considering all that she's already done.
Last fella that died, their contract was level 5.
What's your plan? What have you prepared?
Got protective plating that's resistant to corrosion. Things like that. Waterproof my jacket. I've got some things like that help with dealing with psychosis. Or I got sedatives in case the better option is for me to basically calm myself down but not put myself to sleep. We've got different masks, rebreathers. I'm asking Marsh if she's got any kind of devices that help with recording or other things like that, and if it's hard for me to use, she's willing to go with me. And Dirge. I've fought alongside Dirge before. We've been through the thick of the left before, and I need people that are stealthy. I can't take a whole squad.
No, taking a whole squad would honestly
2
make
people
things worse.
max.
It would be too risky with the squad. You'd just get caught out and die from the...
Here's the thing. Cure works with acids, chemicals, psychosis kind of inducing chemicals, you know. Hallucinogens,
Until you're at the
psychoactives.
point where killing you is easy.
It'll be a battle of attrition, so if we have things that can keep us stable longer, then we're gonna be okay. She's done a lot of research on me. I'm not the most mentally stable fella. She knows how to, compared to others, right? I've got a lot of good sensibilities on my shoulders, but if people know how to poke at me, which most people don't, then I can get really pissed and enraged. I'm aware of that. I'm a sensible man. Right? I was a captain, for goodness sake. She's going to tire me out. She's already tried to, but I found a way to counter it, and she got mad to the point she had to burn my cafe down.
Oh. The cafe? Yeah. Oh. Well, at least he pissed her off.
She had to push the stakes because I was doing well at this war of attrition.
How did things get this bad?
Maybe it ain't right of me, but I've been depressed about having this bounty on my head for years, DIVALIN. You wanna know how I got it in the first place? I don't know if I told you.
I thought it was the wrong place at the wrong time, usually.
Oh yeah, it was. Meat rack. I was doing a mission for Meat Rack. Handful of us need to intercept LF units.
The meat
I think
rack was
almost 2 years ago.
trying to strive against LF?
They were marching through the bubble with a patrol right towards the center of the Meat Rack, the bubble. The idea was to intercept them. Oh, shucks.
Of course, the one perfect shot that'll get me. Yeah. Congratulations.
Thank you. Maybe I should sit down.
Please do.
I've been keeping warm. You know, nice and
Me and
dry.
you both have been trying to bend. I still am a little bit, but I just got out of sickness.
Oh. I don't want to look at my own hands.
You don't need to. Want me to get you something to drink?
Yes, please. Any of them. I'll just have a cup.
Okay. Alcohol or non-alcohol?
Oh, low percentage at least, but a little bit of something spicy.
So the meat rack had an incident. LF was coming in.
They were heading right for the Meat Rack. Oh, of course, this kind of stays between us, perhaps. We can help it, but... I mean, I'll be vague about it anyways. But we had means of trying to intercept them and make sure that they would not bother the Meat Rack, right? Because it was a new friend at the time. And we managed to intercept. I was a medic. It was still very tough. And then, in the lull between things, when I was out there in the outskirts of the bubble, that's when my contractor appeared and said that they were very interested in fighting me. I didn't know too much about it, but I just told them at the time, look, we can have a fight if you want to have one particular with me, but I'm a bit hurt right now, so you're not going to get the fun you want. So I wanted a duel. But they were insistent, so next time I ran into them, we did fight. I didn't realize at the time that it was this whole contractor thing, and well, I was warned that only I could fight them, only I could do damage to them the first time. Now others can pitch in. I did it because it would protect the Meat Rack, and it did. If we didn't do that day, there would have been LF units on the street dead. Because of what we did, people were able to be safe. Were able to bargain with them for a proper deal.
But but for things to still get this bad, despite helping, this is how it started. What happened?
When LF started to show how dangerous it was, and that I had a bounty on my head, and I was asking people what to do about it, I was told I was gonna have to find people outside of Meat Rack to help with it. I've been...
That's it? That's
Yeah,
all they
it's
fucking
too.
did?
They can't do anything about it. It's too much for them. They're just slummers. The craziest thing we have that makes the meat rack safe is this bubble tech they got going. Saved them from this outbreak a couple of years back. But it wasn't gonna save me from a corporate AI. I get people can't do anything about it, but it's just. It sucks. To put it like, I was told so much before then, and why I was so willing to go out into danger for the meat rack. This meat rack looks out for meat rack. The meat rack is family. And the whole thing I said, wow, I turn a new leaf. I'm trying so hard ever since I left prison to not go into my old hot-headed ways. Right? Stumbled out into Waterfront, saw what the meat rack was doing, and that it had a community that hell, maybe even kids could live in that part of the slums. You could raise a family there. And that's what we're fighting for. Right?
Not what you expected, I suppose, at that point.
Perhaps he would talk about it, you know. He wants to make it a safe space for kids to be able to re-raise and stuff like that. It was a charity thing. I donated some money to it. They opened up an actual school here or there again in the waterfront. That's what it felt like. I got a bit depressed for a bit after that. I just keep my head low. Couldn't keep my head low when industrial become a police state ran by the fellas that want me dead. I was on borrowed time. It was only a matter of time till my contractor did something about it, cause the corporation's running everything down there. Almost.
What about the mission to delete the bounty names? I know that it happened. I thought it succeeded.
That's why I went up there. That I and others who couldn't do anything about it, we'd be able to get rid of the bounty names. We'd get rid of the data. It didn't.
For nothing. She died for nothing?
I fought alongside Cassie. She made a promise to Felix that she'd bring me back alive no matter what. We were all neighbors. She knew I'd been dealing with that market there for my head for a bit, and then when I heard she was starting to get hurt, I offered my medical assistance or services for any of the folks down there. Whenever it happens, let me know. I'll send medical equipment your way. I'll try to be there. I can't really do anything about an explosion. So as much as these are miracle workers for all intents and purposes, they can't undo an explosion. Brett asked me to remove the cybernetics because I helped with the operation when she got her upgrade. Transplant. So I basically undid the transplant that I did for her a while back to prep her for the funeral. Seeing all of that and knowing that it was LF and we're just slowly being plucked off one by one is I suppose I had to spend a lot of time on doing the transplant of the corpse, okay? I had a lot of time to reflect on what happened to her and what's gonna happen to me. Sorry.
It's okay. Still miss her.
I miss her too. But that's the update, I think. Sorry. I've got medication that can make me feel normal, and despite my sickly appearance, I'm really strong right now. Muscle density is 5 men worth for some reason. It's weird.
Could be every system you have trying to fight back against whatever this is, and in turn, you're using everything you physically can muster.
I am a type of flesh crafter. It's a type of witch. Flesh crafter, flesh witch. I can tell what's happening with my body. Cells aren't dying, they're clearing up. Things are being reused to basically turn me into a man of steel. Then my body's supposedly the same as just something's changed in me. But the DNA and everything, it's just structured different. It's using my building blocks, but setting me up differently. And I'm seeing things. I know what I gotta do. I've got the coordinates. I just need to go there. Last time I killed Kira, something dispersed from her body that it treated me. It didn't erase the disease, but it treated me.
So it made it where you could physically manage despite its effects on you.
She likes to play a game when she makes it easy for me to solve. Well, I say easy, listen. I know what to do. I know some of these symptoms and things that can counter it. I bide my time. She's finally seen do this. I got the coordinates. I just need to go to an insane asylum that's been abandoned for several years, where she's most definitely put a bunch of traps down. And bunch of traps down, and probably is going to try and drug me into some nightmare thing.
Are you going to be able to handle it? Not that you have much choice, but
I cannot afford to lose. I need to be able to handle it. I got 1 or 2 people that like I said, I trust them to be able to take samples and shield me. I wouldn't be surprised if she's gonna try and take control of the situation, separate us. I don't want Felix on the team. He got a bit sad. A bit upset. I can't have Felix on the team.
I'll be honest. I agree.
He's done research. He's organizing things. I'll allow him to do that. He can be there for extraction in the outskirts, far from the danger, but still close enough that he can help us all. Afterwards, keep an eye out.
You're fighting hard enough trying to save your life. I don't think you'd be able to save your life and protect Felix at the same time should something happen.
He started rambling about Sage. Crying. that he wants me to be able to see at least one of my kids. You know?
I wish there was more I could do. Guess I understand that mentality for Felix at least, but
I just have to see
I would just
one
make
of
it worse.
We talked about it. Like I said, we were planning. I've got all this stuff stored away. It's very much one of the only things that I want to leave him if I don't make it. Sage can still happen even if I'm not here. That's the beauty of it.
If you don't come back, which you better fucking come back. But if you don't come back, I promise I'll do everything I can for Felix. For them both.
I would like that.
You're a good man. You don't deserve this.
I only got that way because I put my trust in the meat vac. Sorry, that was...
How we got to the point we do. How we got to be what we are. How we got to be what we are doesn't devalue the lengths that we had to go to become what we are. You're good because you made the effort to be good, to do good. You had to choose that. And it's not an easy choice to make. I think we can both realize that now and here. But we still did. Even when it doesn't always turn out the way we hope.
I'm walking around sick. I'm asking for help. Trying to get something done, anything, and they just say, I hope it works out for you, Marcus. Oh, that's a shame. Well, it's like, they just say just keep your head low, you can't do anything about it. When the family was terrorizing folks, I did something about it. I got a little monkey on my shoulder for that one, and when I left, started poking around, I did something about it. Because I thought they would do the same for me, right? That was an error on my part. Just cause I go out helping people, like, I wanted to be better than my dad. Doesn't mean I'm going to get help back. One day I'm gonna run out of steam. No one's gonna push me back onto the track.
Not everyone else is deserving of it. But there's still those out there who are. And there's certainly those who are going to be around who want to be there with you.
That's one thing, right? I was talking about the idea of Sage. There's still so many people that are around that are so helpful. It's not all hopeless.
I know you trust the people that you carry well. I'm sorry that so many others have been disappointments.
When some people start working at the meat rack, I always give them a bit of a warning. Just be careful who you call family. Just be careful about putting all your trust in these folks. Just a little whisper. And it's so sad they came back to me at one point when they're at their lowest. Things are just going south, and they said, "Marcus, you were right." I felt bad because I put that idea in their head. If they would kept them safe, I squandered something. That's weird.
Was it worth it?
The answer is yes and no. It's never that simple. On one hand, I just put my eggs in the wrong basket. On the other hand, I know that I am not like my dad because of it. I'll help people. Genuinely, I wanted to help people. I was always so scared that if I started embracing my skills, I'd end up like my pa. Even though not everyone treat me right, I don't go out using this on them all wrong, or using my strength to bully people like my pa. It is weird, but I'm so glad that I see some of them around. Even though they're not gonna help me, I'm just glad that they're around.
I guess in a way, seeing that they're safe was the intended reward on its own. Even if we wish they would do better.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything I can do for you? Anything, name it.
You've already promised or offered more than I could ask for. You've wanted to look after Sage. I know that's not helping me personally, but it helps the spirit.
She will, or he, whichever one, will have a village. You have my word.
You shouldn't have to be looking after Sage on your own, you hear me? That's I'll make that clear.
Well, that's why I said village.
If Nick's around, get him to babysit the kids.
I'll get him on board. I know he'd do it anyways. He doesn't need me to say it. He'd do it anyways.
You think he would? I don't know him too well. I mean, he seems like a gentle giant.
When someone doesn't piss him off, yes.
As for me, I can't think of anything.
We talked after you talked with me about other ideas, and we're not there yet. We both agreed, and we're both working through certain things in our lives before we get to there. We're still having to talk about that soon, what we would want, but I think when we're ready, if I get there, I think I would try.
Damn.
I think I'm ready. Well, I'm not ready.
If the planets align or whatnot, then there could be a play date between the kids.
I'd like for them to grow up together if possible.
You know
I almost
what?
gave in again.
That sounds great. You don't mind if I tell Felix about this, do you? I think it would make him smile a bit. He was a bit down in the dumps before.
Only if you call me so I can hear their reaction.
Okay. I'll keep it on the down low for now, so that you can hear it.
I've had a lot to think about as of late. Not everything in my life as of recent turned out the way I'd like or wanted to. I recently almost gave in to my desire again. I'm starting to rethink some of the ideas that I think about when I started going adventuring, the thing that brought me to this point to begin with. Everything was also well-intentioned. But I still don't know if what I think is right anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to help people. Helping people and doing good has been my entire thing, to live my life doing so, but knowing that what I may teach or want to bring into the world could lead people to carry such a weight by themselves. I don't know.
But do you know everything that you gotta about yourself, about giving in to whatever this is? Because if you don't know how to control it, what are you gonna tell the kid?
I don't know nearly enough that I should. Didn't think it would be a problem, and it wasn't until now.
I know it ain't the same thing, but it makes me think about how I wish I knew more practical business and honest work before. Well, I mean, I couldn't. I didn't have a choice. But if I did have a choice, I wanted to know how to do that stuff better. Set a proper example for Santa. Cause I feel like he'd chew me out every time there's, like I said that one time, do as I say, not what I do. I was still being a criminal, expecting my boy to live an honest life. Look at me confused, like, you don't know what you're talking about, why should I respect you, kind of thing. If you don't know what you're talking about, when the time comes, it's gonna be a real heartache. So I wish you the best on avoiding that kind of heartache. 'Cause having a kid that don't trust you in that way, it just sucks.
When you make it out. When you make it out. I'd like to see you run a cafe again.
I found a spot. Anyone doing business down in Zone 7, 58% discount on rent for the business and residency. They're encouraging people moving into the zone.
They've had a lot of new places that are like needing to open too. They've cleared off some buildings waiting for people to just purchase them at that point. I've been debating about doing something myself. I just don't know what. It might be a really good deal to get in there.
I looked at the community center place where they will let me refurbish and everything. They are basically giving as much support to business owners as possible. If you need help looking into them links or other things like that, the little synthetic fellow with a little hat showed me what to do, and I can show you too, so you can look at your prospects.
I'd like to look at that with you.
I think. How is Felix? How is Felix in terms of running it again?
I don't know. He seems a bit disheartened. I mean, he wanted to run a bakery for a while. He just lost it. So I thought maybe looking at the Zone 7 stuff would make him a bit happier, but then I think him seeing me all sick and stuff makes him mighty sad.
I think
So,
it might be the prospect that
despite
he'd
all
have to
the
run it
good news
alone
and
if
the
things don't work
business.
out.
True.
I don't want them to be alone. Well, they're not going to be, but the whole business side of things.
I can't afford to fail life away. 'Cause if I do, my contractor gets a promotion.
Oh.
She ain't some like bounty hunter goon no more. She's becomes something else entirely, not just a
It's
level
worse.
up. It's like she goes up the ladder more than just a leveling thing. It's not level 5 cure. She's something else. I don't know what. So I can't die either. Because if I die, she gets more power, administrative, whatever. And she's the one who runs chemicals and bio-warfare. Chemical warfare.
Is there...
When do you go and do this mission?
I'm still talking to March and Dash. Basically, when they're ready, I've got ammunition, I've got everything I need. Though I'm worried about using my own weapons, because, I mean, I break things easily. If I use my shotgun, it's gonna break. And I'm not gonna have a gun to shoot. Oh, okay. So I keep coughing. It was a burn. I breathed in the stuff and it burned my throat, so it's just been a bit nasty for the last couple of days.
Agitated, yeah.
I've been doing a lot of yapping too. So, I'll try not to yap too much more after this, I promise. I'll get my photo rest. Felix has been doing all the typing and organizing for me, so that I don't,
Have to overstep, yeah. It's... I wish there was more I can do.
make sure Felix is okay. I do have an offer, but I don't want to strain you as well. Felix is gonna be on Overwatch. You know, the team that's in the outskirts of the operation. And having people that are attentive and can help transport people, carry them to safety, things like that, is more valuable than people imagine.
Me
I'd
and
offer
Nikolai
that to
have been
you
working on
too.
an armored truck. At least looking into it.
I know it's LF related, so
Yeah.
that's why I'm not sure if you want to deal with that. But if you want to help, maybe you could at least make sure that if Felix is doing Overwatch, you could be there with him. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine.
I have things set in place in case LF started to cause trouble for the people that I care about again. They won't know it's me.
So, it's probably the safest area of the operation, but you're still within proximity, right? You could provide transport or simply be just support, waiting for us to return, or having to drag our sorry asses further away from the carnage.
Even if your legs are done, I'll make sure to carry you. If Felix doesn't insist on doing so.
Felix might be very emotional despite everything. I mean, like
There's
I said, he
nothing we
was
can
upset.
do to... There's... Of course. I'm sorry, but they're going to be upset about any of this. It does not mean that they're mad directly at you, but... all of this is a lot.
He trusts you a lot. I know that. We'll talk about different things. I need to express that he's a very cagey fella. He'd even let you be, like, with me, or like physical with me, or things like that. That is how much he trusts you, okay? So, I hope that at least emphasizes how much I think you are the right lady to be emotional support for him when everything goes down. That's how much he trusts you, and I'm sure you know some of his problems with relationships and intimacy.
Trust is very difficult in that field for people, yes. I'm gonna... It's
I don't
come to
want
my
to put too
mind
much
that...
pressure on you though, right? I'm just saying that I think you're the lady to look out for him when things get stressful that day.
I've been thinking about a lot of things, and a few suggestions and ideas. I think I would want to talk about it with Felix first, and definitely going to need to talk about it with Nikolai, considering what all we're going to do. If it's okay with you. I'm not saying it's going to be this, considering I don't even know what they could be. If I end up having a boy, I might ask if Nikolai... if things don't turn up, are you okay with me naming them Marcus?
Sure. You have got my blessing at least, and that's the most important one. If anyone has any objections to that, you've got my blessing, that's all that matters. In my opinion.
Well, of course, I'm gonna need Felix's blessing too. Very important. I don't want them to be hurting through that. Of course, if Nikolai also agrees.
Marcus Cornelius. was my full name. The Warhorn and the Rain Claw. Lovely kind
And,
of name.
Nikolai discussed what sort of name combinations we would be. Whether or not we're going to combine our names or whether or not it's going to end with his or mine. It's, Cord or Demeter. It's a lot. We have a lot to work through.
I gotta choose my name. This is where I was raised. You get 3 names, and your social one is the one that you can change it when it's your coming of age kind of thing. So for a long time I was Mark, and I had a choice to change it. I'm like, no, I like what my mama gave me. So I stuck with it. Those 3 names. Marcus Cornelius Claw. This formality, personal identity, and legacy in all 3 of those. It's nice.
I worked hard with my mom and dad to make my house's name something that could be inspirational in different ways. And well, I'm glad to succeed in that. I always find it at least a little funny as to how I was named. My mom would always recite a little bit of the story, but my dad would always like to tell it best, and that's, oh, well, your name was easy. When you were a little girl, you were the biggest diva. Hence why I was named DIVALIN. It was so sassy.
I loved it.
I had a little bit of a reckless streak. I think it was partly due to my nature.
Cute.
It is what it is. I was a gremlin.
I was quite the gremlin growing up as a kid too.
Did you also bite people?
Yeah. I would crawl around, climb on everything, bite people, and I had a tendency of, oh my god, I was a cat. So I just remembered I liked knocking things over.
My tail would do that for me. I didn't even mean to. My tail will just do shit by itself. It hugs people, it bats things, even sometimes still even today, but I don't want them to. Yeah. Yeah, I'm proud of me.
My mom was so patient with me. Bless her soul. She's such a sweetheart. She somehow knew how to grab my attention with food, usually. Apparently I had a lot of her in me. She's like, oh, you're just like me as a kid. She'd say it in kind of like a, oh, don't do that, don't be like me. But it's kind of loving. Taught me how to make different kind of sweet foods and stuff. So she knew even though I was a creature at heart, I love my food. I think that's why she knew so many recipes, but I never learned that many.
Do you mind if I ask about something? Because I know that it was a topic that was brought up at one time, but we never really talked too deep.
Sure.
If something does happen, what do you want to do about your dad?
Well, I don't know what to do about that. I just want to know where my mom is. Really?
Do you think there's
I ran
time
away
for
from
her?
all of that. I gotta go back at some point. Face it. But maybe it's too late for that. And I should count my blessings that I was able to get away from all of that in the first place. But there's so many questions. confusion that I don't know. We tried to do the same thing for Felix. Find out more about his family, because that's a big thing. We realized that if we want to have a kid, my mom wasn't able to impart knowledge to me. She seemed to know that I had my animalistic side.
Oh, that's...
I know I got the traits from my mom. And Felix, he had a whole history of family that he knew. Something happened to them, lab stuff, things like that. And being able to find out what happened to them would help us be informed on how Sage might turn out, or if there was any complications. Finding out what happened with me when I was a kid, because I don't remember too much. That maybe my dad or my mom know more about how I am. And then Sage would be safer for it.
I need to know. First of all, if you do come back, you're probably gonna close that chapter one way or another when you come back. I hope I'm there with you, but I understand if not. If things end in different ways, and it's something that needs to be dealt with, or if it's something that Felix... What do you want me to do? Do you want me to keep him away from it? Do you want me to try to dissuade him from it? Do you want me to help him with it?
I just want him to be safe. If he goes and does this or that, I wouldn't be too hurt. I wouldn't be rolling in no grave. The only reason I'd be rolling in my grave is if Sage and Felix ain't safe. Because it's something to do with me.
If it becomes a problem, then I'll look. If I need to involve Felix, I will. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't know if I have the right to keep it from him entirely either. At that point, if it becomes one.
It's for Sage's health. Given most of my qualms with my pa has to do with what I think he did to me. That was something I wanted to talk to you about when I said I wanted to talk to you. So, we started going down a line of conversation that other day when we were hanging out, and I wanted to talk to you about it, but I didn't want to say it in front of Felix. Felix had just been through so much, and now he's seeing me deteriorate, and I don't think I'm ever gonna be able to open up to Felix about it. At least not for a while. It's just that my pa did something to me when I was younger, and I didn't know what was happening. I was scared, so I ran away with a bunch of boys. I met up with them. We all had our own different problems going on. We had reasons to hop on a boat, you know? And we did. Ran off into the woods, tried to go over to some little naval town we know was north of us and it was colder. We were starving, but we got away. I don't know what I ran away from.
Struggling but free.
My dad was like brainwashing me or something. I had these weird
Damn.
lessons, and I thought it was my normal tutor or something, but it was something weird going on. Like, how was this related to being a surgeon or a doctor if I'm keeping up the family business? I was only a teenager. I didn't know what was going on. Well, I was like 14, 15. I still don't know what was going on. It's a blur, it's some kind of haze. I felt myself sinking into like a fog. So I ran away from it. I think it was turning me into... I don't remember. Why didn't my mom do anything? It's all a blur. But I ran away from it. Now I figure some issues happened later in my life, and there was markings under my skin. I had no puppety, but I know them's markings of the marionette. You control, you suggest things. I am a marionette. But I'm flesh and bone. I remember my childhood. I'm a human.
You think maybe he was trying to?
I don't know what my pa was trying to do. But just on its own, turning me into something like that. With no context, I admit. Because he had been good to me. I mean, he was really strict, but he cared about the family business and making sure I had something. A future. Then what? Why would he? I say all of this because some of the conversation just it brought me back to that, being confused, not knowing what happened to me, wishing I knew better, wishing I had my mom around because I don't know what I inherited from hers. If that's how I'm meant to be, or if it's something my pa did. It feels like my entire life I've just not been sure if I had control over anything of myself this whole time.
You chose your life.
Control over my own body.
You've made decisions. Your life with Felix, running away, everything. These aren't the decisions your father would have wanted you, and they were your decisions. You're still living through your decisions. Your life. No matter how good or bad they were still yours. You've made your own life, your own situations. You've helped people. They can't take that from you.
True.
I'll say this much.
You're
One
right.
way or another. If I need to find out with Felix, probably not the best way. We will need to, if that's the case. If anything happens with the kid, we'll seek out answers, I promise. And when you move past this, when you finally get past whatever this stuff with LF is, if you need to seek out answers, you let me know. I'll be with you.
My head hurts a little bit. I keep thinking, what went wrong? Why? I guess none of it. But you're right.
There's no point in worrying about questions we don't have the answers to yet. All we can do is wait for the time to go out and get them.
Just felt like something went south when I started going through puberty or something. I was growing and my family couldn't handle it or something. But I know it's not my fault. I didn't know any better. I don't.
If it's worth anything.
Something happened when I was growing up. I don't want that for Sage. Whatever it is that tore my family apart.
We'll
I
figure
shouldn't
it
blame
out.
myself. I don't know what happened. It's
Figure
all
it
fog.
out.
Okay.
We will. That
But
includes
you're
you
right.
too.
You're right.
You have
As
too
well.
much to lose. But I will say this
What you
much.
said just then, it means a lot. I want to make that clear. Even though I felt like I didn't have much control of my body, I have my own will.
You've made your own life. And if I'm being honest with you, I do think with the man you are now, I do think your mom would be proud.
I hope so. I don't know what happened to her. She always seems so
Just
happy for me. So good to me. So
another question to answer. And that's
what
something we're gonna
memories I
get.
do have of her, then yeah. I think you would have liked her.
She sounds delightful.
I've got her green eyes, apparently. My eyes are a bit muddled right now, but I've got her eyes.
She must have been very pretty.
I just don't know. It's hard to get past it, I suppose. All my life I feel like I've been unable to accept my own free will too much. I know I've made my own decisions. Someone's always gotta say over me, or I was in prison, death games, I was in the military. I belong to the Karobi Company. I belong to Geppetto. I belong to my dad. But despite all of that, I've managed to help people that I wanted to help. Because I wanted to.
Your life right now, you belong to no one. You make your own life. And your decisions lead to where you want to go. Not someone else's word. Maybe in the past, but that's done now. You have your own life to live. And your own life to fight for.
I'm really glad that I could help people.
That, I guess, means a lot on its own.
You know what? I take back that thing about if I regret it. That's what I think about it. That was my own will. And I'm very grateful that I had the ability to help those people. Whether they'd help me back or not, that's something I had control over. To help people.
You're a good man, Marcus.
So there's gonna be a little
Thank
inkling
you.
in my head that says I don't feel like a good man, but I try
At
because I
that point, you have to
wanna.
ask, what is a good man? The fact that you try makes you good.
And it's because I want to. It's not out of a necessity. It's something my soul wants. I put it into perspective, honestly. Shit. Oh, holy shit.
Thank you for being in my life.
I'm glad I could talk to you about it a little bit. Some parts of it is always gonna feel a bit gross, but I feel a bit better.
I'm glad you feel better.
Trying to think. What else was there? I wanted to talk about my past problem. I mean, mention all of that was basically just get to the point of I feel gross in my own body. It's kind of dumb, though. I'm a flesh witch. This is all my tool. I shouldn't be feeling dysphoric about it. It's me.
Do you think it has something to do with your potential lack of knowledge of how it all operates? Not necessarily how it works, but like the extent of what it does? Or do you think that knowing more might have caused it?
I ran away from home when I was learning. I got to a certain point. My grandma, she was my teacher. But of course, when I ran away from home, I wasn't continuing them lessons. I started seeing her less, and then the strange sessions for becoming a doctor, taking up my father's footsteps started happening. I got all muddled. So I've just been winging it. I'm talented, but I'm not studied. I've got the strength of a pretty good flesh witch, but I don't have the technical prowess.
Then maybe that's something we have to look for next.
Maybe all these things for people try to take over my body or turn me into a puppet or give me a disease is one thing. But even before that, I felt weird in my own skin. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's what. I don't know.
Maybe the more you understand about it, the more you learn about it, the more questions that you have answered, maybe the less like that you'll feel.
I'm hoping so.
Either way,
First steps to get there, right?
Your thing. I also wanted to talk to you about your thing. I know I ain't doing too well, but there's still wisdom I could part. And I was gonna talk to Nick about giving him a little bit of a rundown on the dream things.
hold on a second.
I did the only thing I could think to do. I don't know myself either. What I am, how I work beyond the basics. We weren't exactly given like a pamphlet of, oh, is this how this little devil works? When they just kind of plucked me up from where I was.
And I'm starting to see a lot of the drawbacks now of what I don't know.
So,
Much like I never finished my growing into a flesh witch, so I'm having weird difficulties too.
yeah. So the only thing I could do was I sent a letter out to my mom and my dad, informing them a little bit more about what's going on, asking if they know anything or if there's anywhere around here maybe that they could specify. Then I
made a plan with what they said would help in the MMR.
the idea here, I need people to go into my head and hold whatever is influencing me directly off. To keep it at bay while someone else goes and collects an item. Because the moment it realizes, I think, what we're wanting to do, I think it's gonna react to defend itself. Which
I
is
got
why I
things
think I
I
need
could
to have
provide
it.
for rituals and such. Protections.
My entire thing may be the center and defense of the mind, but dreamscaping, that's not an expertise. I just know that my mind will become dangerous when people try it. Don't know anything beyond that.
I suggest 2 or 3 kind of herbs to turn into incense. I'm an herbalist. Part of what I did in Vrukvia was rituals. Some of the herbs I grow would be used for rituals. My grandma, she told me about these things, but I never had to put them into practice. And they work, I'll tell you that. You want something like poppies
Actually,
and sage. I can't get it because it's in Vrukvia, but there is a particular type of sage that helps. Larimar sage.
Sage.
And if not that, then there's blue lotuses and different herbal markets and stuff that can do something similar. They're herbs of enlightenment, help people see things. Their vision improves in the dream because they're enlightened and they can see better, you know? If you're trying to take a glimpse into something in particular, you would prepare Larimar sage. It's the herb of enlightenment. You can also get really high off of blue lotus, so
You know what? I'll take that. But
and puppies safeguard the dead. So if anybody is hurt or in peril, it won't save them from dying, but if there was any extra wounds to them as a soul that has been passing, they will be
Could
protected.
help.
They would be. Their body won't be taken over, their soul won't be harmed. Kind of important if there's matters of the soul happening. Puppy protects the dead.
Then I don't know. I don't know how it works. I just know that my mind, soul, and body operate differently when it's like that.
Oh, and I will hand you one of these now. It's an adder stone.
Hmm?
This here, little soft triangular stone with a little circle on it. This is a greater adder stone. Basically, if somebody's life is truly in peril, and they have this on them when they're sleeping or projecting or they're in another realm, it will protect them and it will snap in half.
I think there's also other things like a little something of a similar shape where you can look through.
Yeah, it's got a circle in the middle of it. I got the lesser one. It can help you detect dangers or maleficent spirits.
Okay.
Basically,
You know-
anything with ill intent.
So that's the plan. Have some people go into my mind and hold it off and figure it out while another team goes and gets me an object that'll help ward my mind completely from its influence. Well, not completely. It's never 100%, but it
The
will
only
help
other
me stave
thing
it off.
that I would suggest is try and get your hands on hyssop. You put hyssop around the person or on something, or you turn it, you crush it down, all those things. The application of hyssop is for cleansing.
Once that's done, I think I'm gonna talk with everyone about what my options are and have them help me come to a conclusion. Mm. Oh, there we go.
If you don't end up using the herbs, it's fine, because half of them are still good for indigestion and getting high. Don't eat puppies though. Just put the puppy somewhere nice and let them decompose.
I've been seeing things. Sometimes I'll even have full conversations that are things I didn't even know weren't real. And it's been weird. Sometimes it's even different versions of myself that I'm looking at. Sometimes it's things that I've lost, people that I've lost. I had a full-on 3-hour conversation with my best friend when I was growing up. They've been dead for 5 years.
I've done something similar. I don't like to admit it, but I've been that kind of, hallucinate.
I try not to let it show too much for others, especially sometimes Nikolai after what happened with the mirror once. Help me make a decision, though.
Maybe it's a bit difficult. I trust what's under reflections.
It questioned me on how I could move on from everything I'd experienced and try again. I told them I was tired of the pain. I don't want to live my life stuck anymore. Doesn't mean it doesn't mean I didn't love my child. I always will love my child, regardless of whatever happened. But I don't think I can let it continue to stop me from living a life anymore.
You gotta keep going. You've got the strength to do that. You're strong.
I didn't before. Now I think I might.
Maybe not, but you had the potential. And you kept going. And now you've got that potential blooming.
Calling me a flower.
Yeah, you're a really pretty flower.
Thank you.
Absolute bless.
Alright, so on a side tangent,
Have you thought about mixing herbalism with a cafe?
I mean, like a herbalist cafe, you can actually probably sell this shit too if you grow it. Maybe even turn your business into a place where you can grow shit too.
I've been thinking about it. There's a little bit of grown herbs on the side, but I don't know if it's not easy to do in the middle of a city.
Not wrong, but we do have quicker access to maybe like a miniature greenhouse? Or we could do some artificial lights?
Artificial lights would do a lot of favors for it, that's for sure. As long as it
You can write it
bend
off as a
the
business
UV,
write-off.
needs to be healthy. Yeah, there's a lot of things I could do tax write-offs for. Help. It's not really covered by the insurance because it was I left that melted my entire shop down, but all the other little things that happen. Cultists come and mutants smash a door, tax write-off. I basically get it fixed for free. At the end of the month, it's end of financial year.
It certainly helps with moving that.
What, oh man, so business brain. That wasn't what I wanted to. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh, I had several thoughts all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah, the furthest back I can go is saying that you're a cute flower.
Thank you. I've never
I think
been,
it was something along the lines of I wanted to just bring up my situation again. Simply just saying that I relate. I'm not trying to put your thing into like some kind of perspective other than to hope you know you're not alone in those feelings. You're doing great. When everything went south back in the war and we was running for the tree lines into the grave and I lost Santa, I did not want to go into the woods. They had to drag me because I just could not move on. I could not go on. What was the point if Santa was gone? They dragged me through the woods for days, it felt like. I could barely lift my own feet. But they didn't give up on me, and the world kept moving. Even though it stopped for me, it kept moving. Eventually I was able to pick my legs up and keep moving with the world too. If I didn't that day and I just died in them woods, I guess I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Felix wouldn't be having a happy life, thinking about things he thought were impossible. I wouldn't have found my own free will. All those things. There's a lot of opportunities that we just don't realize. There's no way we could anticipate what effect us continuing and not giving up would have. And the wildest things start happening.
You know? Not knowing what was around the corner always seemed exciting growing up when I was trying to strive to be an adventurer. I want to see everything that's past that horizon outside that city. I don't regret my journey. There was times where I'm sad, times where I'm happy. But at the end of the day, I know that even if the times are hard now, happiness always comes back.
Very much so. I should probably take that mentality I had, getting my feet up again. Try and just exercise that when I go into fight that lady sometime, as I cannot give up. If I give up, terrible things are going to happen to people.
Well,
That's
now.
quite a weight on my shoulders.
Well, think about it this way. Oh, if that's how you feel. Marcus, you've got to go out and you've got to do your job. Your baby girl or boy is waiting for you when you get home. You said it yourself, you don't have the option. You have way too much to lose, so you've got to decide to do better.
It's a little bit scary that so many bad things could happen if I fail.
My dad once told me, no matter how scary something seems, we can't let fear stop us from living our lives. Besides, you're not alone. The people who do matter are going with you and helping you.
You gonna be there too? Or do you need time to think about that? Being on the sidelines for Felix. And ultimately helping me.
As per my promise, I'm gonna have to talk about it with Nikolai. But if I can, I will. I promise. Now, in terms of being there for him,
to the best of your
always.
ability is more than I could ever ask. Thank you. Sorry I look a bit nasty. I was like, oh, I'm trying to keep the mask on. But then I coughed into it and it kind of spluttered off and my god.
Marcus, can I be honest? For the amount of times that we've both been messed up, we have seen each other at our worst.
Oh, okay.
But we know that we're gonna get better.
Yeah.
Seriously, like your face was,
Yeah, I had half a face at one point.
But you got
I
better.
fixed that up. That was That was a lot.
And you'll fix this
Oh.
up too.
I really hope so. Ooh.
Besides, how do I best put this? I don't think I'll out myself today. Sorry. Come on, we're going.
What do you mean out yourself? Come on,
Nope.
I could die soon.
How could you hit me with
I had
that?
to play that card, DIVALIN. Come on, sweetheart. You can be
Pale and
honest
Scary
to
is
me.
kind of
Make a wish foundation, Marcus.
Okay, pale and a little bit scary tends to kind of go in with what I like, considering what I'm with.
Ooh. You're saying I'm so handsome?
Always. They can't take that from you.
Well, can't believe it. The most classic thing ever. A pretty girl is telling me that I'm handsome and I've got this. I can't fail now.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not a pity compliment because I'm dying, is it? Just strange.
No. I like the way Nikolai looks when he's, you know.
Oh.
Scene. She's honest.